Okay, so I reached my time limit on the previous video, so this will be just part 2 of that. I was almost finished and I want to do one other example. So we had just figured out that the maximum amount of the CH3OH we could make was 86 grams of the methanol. So this grams theoretical will plug into the denominator of our formula. Notice up in the problem, they told us that 68.4 grams of CH3OH were formed. So this is our grams actual, and we just found our grams theory. So let's plug those numbers in. The grams actual, 68.4 grams. Then we're going to divide that by the most we could make is 86 grams. If we were to make 86 grams, we would have 100% yield. So that plugs into grams theory into the formula, 86 grams. Now times 100 because it's a percent. And when you divide, we're going to need 2 sig figs on this one. So you get on your calculator 79.53, but we need to round it to 2 sig figs, so you're going to round it, and this is going to mean that we need to put 80 with a decimal to get 2 sig figs, because 79.5 would round to 80, but to make 2 sig figs in the answer, you would need to put a decimal to make the trailing zero count. All right, let's look at one final example. And this comes off of our Chapter 12 review sheet that we've been working on over the last couple of days for homework problems. And I want to go to number 5. Number 5, let me zoom in on that. For number 5, we have the reaction calcium carbonate yields calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide. And always remember to check and make sure your equations are balanced. This one is balanced already. And it says you've got 2 grams of calcium carbonate heated. The percent yield of calcium oxide is 93.7%. What is the actual yield? So this one's asking us to solve for the actual yield, and it gave us the percent yield. But we still have to find grams theory. You will always find grams theory. Okay? So to do that, we have to start with the limiting reactant. Now, they did not come right out and tell us who the limiting reactant was here, but if you look at your reaction, there is only one reactant there, class. So since there's only one reactant, that is your limiting reactant. So calcium carbonate is the limiting reactant. So here's who we start with. So 2.0 grams of calcium carbonate. And we're going to convert this to grams of calcium oxide because that's who they told us the percent yield of. So grams of calcium oxide. Again, this is a 3-step problem. So the molar mass of calcium carbonate is 100.09 grams per mole. Now, if you need to at any point stop the video and pause it just so that you can calculate it yourself, I urge you to do that. But since I'm limited to only 10 minutes on these videos, I'm going to go ahead and kind of go through this quickly here. But pause it if you need to. So you need to be able to do these independently and not rely on me giving you the molar mass. You've got to be able to calculate that yourself. You need moles of CaCO3 on bottom. You need moles of calcium oxide on top. And it's a 1-to-1 ratio, so 1 to 1. And then finally, you need the molar mass of calcium oxide at the end. And so to calculate the molar mass of calcium oxide, you get 56.08. So this is going to give us a grams theoretical of 1.1 gram calcium oxide. So we've just found grams theory. So remember, the formula for percent yield is the grams actual divided by grams theory times 100. So we just found grams theory. Grams theory plugs into the denominator. Now this problem gave us the percent yield already. So that's where this is a little bit different. We're going to plug in percent yield here. Okay, so just plug straight into the formula. So 93.7% equals X. That's what they're wanting us to calculate, class. divided by the Graham's theory, which we just found to be 1.1 times 100. Now from here on out, it's just an algebra problem. You're just solving for x. So I'm just going to talk you through here. I'm not going to write everything out, but you divide both sides by 100. When you divide both sides by 100, that's going to make this become 0.937 equals x divided by 1.1. So now to further isolate your variable, you have to cross multiply. So 0.937 times 1.1, and that isolates your variable. X is going to equal 1.0 grams of calcium oxide. This is our grams actual. So that's the other way that you will see these problems worded. All right, so your homework for tonight was to finish this worksheet here, the Chapter 12 review sheet. Our chapter test is going to be on Friday, and it will be set up very similar to these problems. So we've already done all of number 1 and 2, and we've done number 3, part 1. So for tonight, you're finishing up 3, part 2. You're also doing number 4 on this side, and then if you flip the worksheet over, you're going to be finishing up the remaining part of this worksheet. So that means you're going to do part B, because we've already done part A on both of these. You're going to do number 3, 4, 5, and 6. We're going to finish up tomorrow, review some more, and our chapter test is Friday. Don't forget we have a mini lesson test tomorrow as well.